All right, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to improve our solos using small phrases. And I'm going to show you what I mean right here. Just by using small phrases within the scale you're working with, in this case it's a D major pentatonic scale over this progression, which is a D, C, G, back to D, G major, but the D major pentatonic sounds really great over this. So let me bring you in close and show you a few examples. All right, it starts with a D chord, C, G, back to D. So within that D major pentatonic, it's the same notes as a B minor pentatonic. D major is targeting the D notes of that scale. So knowing those notes are so important. I can't stress that enough. Those D notes are so important, especially in this progression. D, for the C chord is I'm going to use an E note quite a bit here, which is the third of a C chord. Goes to G, I just go back to the D note because it's just my pivot place. So let's use small phrases just in that couple note box there. Right in that little box. It's hard for me to stop, even confining myself to that little bitty area there. There's so much you can do with your phrasing right there. I'm using a lot of half bends and basically the blues scale because I'm adding this little note here. That is so powerful, adding that half step note in there. And that's what I'm doing with the bends too, just a little half step. I'll start with a full bend for the first chord, D, because that's your target note. C chord is next. So for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to stay with the thirds here. So it would be the E note. Then I just go back to for the G. I'm still really pivoting because this D note works with every chord in here basically. I'm doing a lot of pull-offs. I'm still confining myself to this area, and obviously you can do this all over the neck. Pull that off. Just start slow with a lick like that if you're not comfortable with it, but it's so powerful. Because you can do that all over the neck too. Again, confining myself right there to this little box. But obviously you can go up the neck and do the exact same thing an octave higher. And repeating these licks is your best friend, because if it sounds good the first time, if you dig in a couple more times in between there, I love it. I love the sound of that. So go ahead and move up the octave. There's your D note right up here. So that with the groove. So much fun doing that. It's so simple. What I'm doing here is simple. Your tone and your attack is what really makes these notes stick out. I just have a slight overdrive and really digging in on the guitar on some of these. But you can walk up and walk down these scales. All right, that's all I got for you today. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel. It's just a small example of putting some small phrases in your solo. Instead of just running up and down a scale, you kind of just leave some space in there and let some of these notes ring out, and then you can get back to the scale we all know and love, the pentatonic scale. But you could see in that example how much we can do with that scale, even in a small little area. So thanks again for stopping by the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.